Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing our makeup today. I already did my makeup this morning, so if you see makeup on my face, no you don't, mind your business, right? We're going to be doing my makeup together, me and you, and I'm also going to be letting you guys know where I have been. Your girl got pneumonia. I got sick, okay? I mean, it feels like these days I get sick way more than I would like to. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and get started. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe because, like, yeah, my story times are the best. So let's go. So now you guys are probably like wondering, like, girl, how in the hell did you get pneumonia? I mean, I'm wondering the same thing, but I feel like I've come to a conclusion on how the hell I got it. So I went out Monday for Memorial Day. So not this past Monday, but the Monday prior, I went out. And I did not want to go. My friend convinced me and she lured me in by telling me that they had shrimp at like a very low price at this place. So definitely wanted to go because I love me some seafood. Okay, so we wind up going and it's like a hole in the wall. It is not the best place. It's probably not the place that I should be in at all, but we're here, you know, we're here. There was no seating. There were tables outside. The inside, it was just like very, very small. And normally, like, I'm pretty good with hole in the wall places. Like, I don't mind going to hole in the walls, but like when it's cramped up like that, not really my thing. Plus, it was like more of a younger crowd, and like, no disrespect to young people or whatever, I just prefer not to party with them because they're a little hostile, a little bit too hostile for my liking. So yeah. So now I'm going to be using a little bit of my Born This Way concealer. If I sound like still a little bit congested or out of breath, girl, I got my inhaler right here. Couldn't find out my ass also may have a touch of fucking asthma as well. It's insane. Anyway, we're at this hole in the wall. We order the food. It takes us about 40 minutes to get the food. My friend has to wait on the inside. I see a table. I run to go get the damn table because like literally there were no seats anywhere for us to sit down. So I run go get this table for us to sit down. As I'm sitting there, these girls, because it's only me and her, and it was like a table full of four. So these girls come and ask if they can sit down. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, you know, because we were looking for a table as well. Girl, what the hell did I do that for? Because that was like an invitation for two other niggas to come and have a seat. Then they had the nerve to catch an attitude when I was like, well, that seat is taken. They were like, just girls. Anyway, my friend comes out. She has the food. She's irritated because people are sitting at the table. And I'm like, there's no reason for you to get irritated because this is where you want us to come. She kills me doing that shit. Like, you want to come to these places, you say you've been here before, and then you want to catch an attitude because it's hood here. Like, girl, sit your ass down. You knew it was hood. You knew it was fucking hood. She be trying to be acting like she didn't know. Well, I didn't know it was like this. Yes, the hell you did. Yes, you did know. You did know it was like this because it was like this the last time y'all came. This crowd didn't just magically appear. Like, I hate when she do that shit. You be knowing that these spots be fucking hood. You just be trying to convince me to fucking go. When I would go if you would be fucking honest about it. I'm gonna go regardless because I love to eat. But bitch, these places be fucking hood. Okay, I'm using a little bit of Nars foundation in the shade Nambia to clean up the top now. And I'm using a darker shade because number one, I don't want the highlight brow, but number two, I also don't want my lace to be visible. So I'm trying to use like a darker shade, you know, so we can keep that blended or whatever. But anyway, I noticed that as I'm eating my shrimp, there is a guy standing kind of like maybe four feet away from me, and he's a bigger guy, you know, like, not that that really matters, but it matters. It's gonna come into play in a second. So I see him and I noticed that he was coughing, but I didn't think nothing of it because they was, you know, kind of blowing. So I was like, well, maybe it's because of that, because girl knows, depending on the way I inhale some shit, well, whatever. Anyway, so I had noticed him or whatever, and as I'm eating, he comes and he sits like literally so fucking close to me. And I'm already irritated because I feel like when people are eating, like, you shouldn't be that damn close to begin with. But then, like, I'm at the end of the booth and there's like this tiny seat right here. And I also feel like big people, for whatever reason, y'all just do not understand y'all size. Like, I feel like y'all be having body dysmorphia just a smidget because you do not understand how big you are. So I'm sitting here trying to eat my shrimp, and as he sits down, his fucking thigh is so fucking big that it fucking covers like my fucking thigh. So I'm already irritated. So I close my box of shrimp because you know, like, you done piss me off. Please leave me alone when I'm fucking eating. Like, sir, I didn't even look in your direction. Anyway, he sits down and his friend sits down and he's like, can my friend sit here and roll up? And I was like, you know, that's fine because it's probably only gonna take him a second to do that anyway, so I really don't give a shit. So then it dawned on me that this man is trying to fucking mac me because he goes from, well, can my friend roll up to, are you gonna make me look good? Sir, do you have some fucking money? Do you have some money is the fucking question. If you don't, get the fuck away from me. Alright, if y'all remember in like probably a video or two ago, I was telling y'all about the Warrior palette. This is the palette right here that I'm going to use. I'm going to start out with like the browns. As y'all can see, the brown is damn near gone, girl. Look, she gone. Okay, because she gets used a lot. But anyway, I'm frustrated because, sir, you didn't interrupted my fucking meal, right? And then you want to sit over here and ask me some dumbass questions talking about, am I going to make you look good? Like, if you don't get the fuck away from me, then your heavy ass thigh is on my fucking thigh. So I'm just like, I'm just fucking irritated. So I was like, you know, I probably could have dealt with it a little bit more, but I was already irritated because I know that I'm lactose intolerant, but you know what? Sometimes the bubble guts be worth it. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes that shit that you take after eating the dairy is worth it sometimes, you know. So I had wanted some ice cream that day, so I ate some ice cream. Totally didn't dawn on me that I'm fucking lactose intolerant, so my stomach was all jacked up that night. Girl, it was just a mess. But after he fucking said on me, oh bitch, that was the last motherfucking straw. I had ordered a drink. Me and my friend couldn't get no damn drink. The waitress that took the fucking order and walked her ass out, she was done with her shift. And then the other waitress, she was walking out, she was loaded, you know. So I was like, I'm ready to go because I'm not having a good time. I'm irritated. All right, now I'm going in with the deepest shade. It's like a brown black in that palette, and I'm going to just begin to outline my crease, I guess. I don't know what the hell I'm doing, y'all. We're gonna see. But anyway, so once I get home, Tuesday arrives, I attend work like normal, perfectly fine. It wasn't up until maybe like 6 o'clock that I started to feel like something was going on. And I thought I was having a heart attack, y'all. Like, I for real thought my ass was having a fucking heart attack because the way that the pain in my chest and my back was, and it wasn't even like my lower back. Initially, I didn't think it was a heart attack. Initially, I thought it was just probably like my period coming on, and I got a heating pad and I laid down. When I tell y'all that this pain woke me up out of my sleep, like the pain in my chest woke me up out of my sleep, I was like, oh hell no. And my biggest concern was I didn't want my kids to find me. Like, that was my whole thing. That's the reason why I went to the hospital, because I was like, I don't want them to come in here and just find me laid out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather call somebody, let them know what's going on, tell them to come check on the kids in the morning. I'm headed to the hospital in case something fucking happens. So I headed to the hospital. In the emergency room I went to, I don't know if like they fucking, I don't know. Like, I think that they just were used to people coming in and faking, because she's like, well, I could just tell that you got stressed. And I'm like, girl, I'm not even stressed out. Like, I know what my anxiety attacks feel like. Like, I've had so many anxiety attacks that I know what they feel like. And I'm telling you, this is not anxiety, honey. I wouldn't even waste your time by coming here with a fucking anxiety attack. Take a little bit of my, what you call this? This is my Fair Warm by e.l.f. I'm going to take just a lot of bit of it. I'm running out. I probably need to get some more, but it's concealer. I just use it to cut my crease. So yeah, like the doctor and everything, they did like a chest scan, took my vitals, and were like, well, everything's perfectly fine. I'm like, no, because my chest feel like it's fucking caving in. I know that it's not fine. So, they sent me home, and I'm like, you know what? As long as it's not a heart attack, I am perfectly fine. You know, like I'll thug that shit out because listen, I have thugged out some pain before. I remember doing an interview and I fucking had strep throat. So, like, my pain tolerance is pretty high. And as long as, like, you know, I'm not dying, I feel like I'll be able to get over it. But I'm really bad at that. Like, I don't go to the hospital for anything. Like, I'll thug that shit out. And it's crazy because I pay so much of fucking insurance, girl. You should have your ass up there. But anyway, so that happened. And I came on home, and then Wednesday, I just felt like even worse. Like, I didn't have, my nose wasn't clogged or anything like that, but I just felt like, oh my goodness, it's getting bad. And I still thugged it out, still worked that day, you know. But it was to the point, like, I was so cold. Like, I'm cold, but I'm dripping in sweat, if that makes sense. Like, super cold, but dripping in sweat. Thursday comes, and, like, I am getting worse, like so worse. And I'm like, look, I need to go ahead and go to the doctor, but I had some things I had to do for work, so I was like, I'm gonna finish up, take this meeting. It was like a very important meeting, so I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and take this meeting right quick and then go from there. So I'm on the call and they asked me to do something, and when I tell y'all, like, my breathing was so labored and heavy, like, my gosh. So I'm on the call and I literally had not done anything. You would have thought that I just ran like 10 miles. Like, I'm on the call like and he's like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Just go ahead, get through, you know, I'll be okay. And it was to the point my boss was like, yeah, absolutely not. Like, you need to leave right now and go to the hospital. Like, my heart rate had jumped up, everything, right? So I head to the hospital, and thank God I had got a doctor who seemed to be concerned about what the fuck was going on. He's like, I can't believe that the emergency room let you go. Like, girl, like, you're not doing well at all. For whatever reason, I want to do this color right here, so I'm going to use this one. I just want to do like a matte look today. I don't know why, but that color is called Cold Press. It's in the Fresh Greens palette from Colourpop, and I'm going to just apply that right here. Oh, that's so pretty. I like it. I like that a lot. But anyway, he's like, yeah, they shouldn't have let you go. And so he does a C19 test, he does a flu test, and then he does the pneumonia test. And it came back positive for pneumonia. He's like, I'm telling you right now, like, if it gets worse, then you need to take your ass to the hospital. So I'm like, all right. He's like, don't go to the same one since they couldn't care for you. But I think, like, it's so hard for me because literally I am by myself. My ex is in the fucking military. He signed up to be there fucking longer. He was already supposed to be back, and he signed up to be there longer. And I don't like to inconvenience nobody. Like, even my friends and stuff. My friends, each one of them stay like an hour away. So I don't like to inconvenience them and be like, oh, can you drive over here and grab the kids? Like, I just be like, I'm gonna thug that shit out. And that's what I try to do. But when I tell y'all, if you've never had pneumonia before, thank the Lord, because it is not something that you want. It is the worst pain ever. All right, I'm using the e.l.f. What is this? The Power Grip Primer. I picked this up because I heard like some really good things about it. So I decided to pick it up just to see how it is as a primer, because y'all know I need a good little primer in my life. But yeah, anyway, got diagnosed with it. Had me down for, I want to say, like, I'm still kind of down. So I've been down for like over a little bit of a week now. But it all traces back to Big Boy, okay? Because Big Boy's ass definitely fucking got me sick. And did I ever tell y'all about the story of me dating somebody bigger? So I used to talk to this big guy, and it had to end. It had to end so quickly because, like, when I say I feel like big people just really do not understand their own strength, like, I'm not even fucking trying to be funny. So I was talking to this big guy, and he wasn't huge. He was a little thickums, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't real big. So I'm talking to him, and I remember us, like, being in that bed, and girl, I had on, like, I had just got my nails done, like, fresh set of acrylics and everything. And I think he tried to, like, roll over and didn't know my hand was there. When I say his thick ass, like, I'm talking about every single nail. Like, all five was, like, thick, 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 like, completely, like, broke my whole, and I'm not even fucking joking, like, whole nail set completely gone because he rolled his big ass on my hand. Like, girl, what is you doing? Like I said, I'm going to use my shade Nambia because number one, I'm going to be using some colors that are a little bit brighter on my skin to highlight, and you know, you might as well get like a darker shade because once you highlight with a lighter shade, girl, you will think like, oh my gosh, like I did not choose the right shade of foundation, when in reality it's just you highlighted really good. Then y'all, he was like, can I get in the shower? And I was like, you know, sure. I feel like as a man or as a woman, it's weird for you to be fucking on somebody and don't, you know, be afraid to use if you be afraid to use a shower and stuff, like that's just fucking weird. So I was like, you know, whatever, go ahead. Man, because I got one of them, well, I had one of them, not in this house because he wasn't here, but in my other house, I had one of them little shower things. You know how you turn the knob or whatever? Not the knob, but it's like one handle and this is cold and that's hot or whatever. This motherfucker broke that. Like, god damn, bitch. Little He-Man woman hater. The fuck you break my shit for? When I tell y'all, like, everything, like, even trying to open up the motherfucking refrigerator, he fucked around and broke that. I was like, my god, nigga. Like, you breaking up everything up in here. I can't tell you how many work orders I had to put in because of him. After that, I'm talking about after the nail incident, though, I was like, yeah, this ain't gonna work no more. Me and you ain't gonna be able to talk because this don't make no sense. You breaking up everything in my damn house. Like, no, I ghosted him so heavy because what the fuck are you doing? Like, and then even with like trying to hug me, this nigga, like I said, like I feel like they just don't know their own strength. Nigga would hug me and almost break my fucking rib cage. Like, bitch, and I'm not no small girl. I'm not no small girl. So I'm like, bitch, like, what is wrong with you? Why is you hugging me? Like, it's your last time ever seeing me. Like, ow, nigga, damn. Yeah, he needed to be with somebody a little bit thicker than me. He needed to be with Sister Big Mom because she can handle all that shit. A bitch like me, I can't handle it. That was too much for me. That was way too much. Going in with a little bit of my Born This Way concealer in the shade Chai, and we're gonna highlight. But I mean, the only thing I could say good came from me having pneumonia is me losing weight. That's probably like the only thing. I mean, I'm not really upset about me losing the little weight I lost because my ass is getting ready to try crack anyway, you know, like as a last resort to lose this damn weight. So it didn't really bother me too bad, but yeah, I definitely wouldn't do it again. 10 out of 10, do not recommend, okay? I'm going to use a little bit of my e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. Oh my goodness, that is a mouthful, babes. Use that a little bit before I blend out. I'm supposed to be going to go see Jill Scott next week, and I say supposed to be because, girl, after what I experienced, I'm really afraid to even be around people at this point. Because, girl, I do not want this. So as much as I would like to look cute when I go, I'm probably going to be in a fucking mask because, babes, you're not getting me again. I feel like my immune system is so fucking low. Like, I need to go to a damn daycare and just sit with them snotty nose ass kids. You know, the ones that just be having like that dry snot right there. I need to sit next to them to build up my immune system because, girl, ever since I've been working from home, my immune system is not shit. Like, oh my gosh. It ain't shit. I'm talking about the littlest thing sets me off where I be fucking sick. I'm tired of being fucking sick. And then my kids is running around here like ain't nothing fucking wrong with them. Them little carriers, they probably the ones that gave it to me, honestly. Shit. They probably the ones that gave it to me because I don't know about y'all, but like when my kids get sick, they little asses still be doing fucking cartwheels and shit. And then I get the same virus they got, and I be like, damn, that shit took me out. But them, you would think you wouldn't even know that they asses was sick when they fucking get sick. Shit, they still be around here doing shit they ain't got no business doing. Me, it take me about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks to recover. It's ridiculous. So to set, oh my goodness, I keep on learning more and more, y'all. So to set, I'm going to be using my almond from Beauty Bakery because it's a setting powder. My ass is stupid. Did you know that they have setting powders and baking powders? Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know that until I read. Reading is so fundamental. I mean, I don't know why I don't do it. I feel like black people, all black people don't be reading shit. Like, I had got a bookcase the other day and I didn't even read the manual. I looked at the pictures and was like, bitch, I'm figuring this shit out by myself. when, if in actuality, if we read some shit, then it will probably make things 10 times easier on us. I just, for whatever reason, I just don't be fucking reading shit. I need to get my life together. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Day by day, little by little, I am definitely working on bettering my life. It's just, I don't know. I don't know how soon it's going to take effect. I have also been trying to get back into dating. I just can't get myself into that. And I'm afraid that I'm going to get to a point where it's going to be like, I don't need a man and I don't want a man type of thing. And I'm just going to be so content with just being by myself. And I am so close to that happening. And I'm a little bit nervous, okay? Because I don't want to be paying my own bills for the rest of my life. Shit, hell no. I need somebody to take care of me. I want to be taken care of immediately. Immediately. So I was on TikTok, as I always am, and it was this like dating expert, and he was talking about like the dating apps to use in particular cities, like and stuff like that. And in Dallas, he was saying like, do not get on BOK because BOK is the worst. And honestly, I can vouch for that. It really is the fucking worst. It's the bottom of the barrel dating. If you want a nigga who probably just got fresh out of jail or who still stay with his mama but feel like in his mind he fucking Odell Beckham, then that's definitely the site that you need to be on, okay? It's a bunch of fucking Kevin Samuels on there. Just definitely not my cup of tea, right? But then he was like Hinge, and I was like, I don't really know about Hinge neither. Like, I have not met anybody off of Hinge. It's just like the quality of dating in Dallas really fucking sucks. Anyway, he was saying to get on Bumble. Baby, my experience with Bumble may be different than everybody else's experience, but my experience on Bumble, I don't know about that. All right, I think I'm losing daylight, but that's okay. I'm going to be using this. I'm going to be using the middle shade. This is the One Size by Patrick Starr. But anyway, I got on Bumble and I was like, let me check it out. Baby, ain't no black people on Bumble. But he did state that you have to be open to dating outside of your race if you're going to do Bumble, you know. And I'm not saying that I'm not open to it, because I am, but I feel like I wouldn't willingly, you know, just swipe on somebody outside of my race. I feel like if that was to happen, we would have to meet in person in order for me to date somebody outside of my race. And the only reason why I say that is because I feel like it's more of like a cultural difference, and I'm not really sure I'm ready to be explaining why I put sugar in my grits or why I put salt on my watermelon. Like, I'm not really sure. And then I'll be thinking like, is it a fetish? Oh my goodness, get off my face. Is it a fetish like for you to date outside? Like, how do you know who's actually dating outside of their race because they like it or because it's a fetish? Like, how am I supposed to know? You know what I'm saying? Then it's like, I don't want to be your first black girlfriend, but I also don't want to be your 10th black girlfriend either. Like, I'm really struggling with that. Okay, did y'all know that there is actually a baking powder? Actually, a baking powder. Like, they got setting powders, they have baking powders, and then they have finishing powders. My dumb ass don't be reading like I told y'all. So there's actually a baking powder. This one is for Makeup Revolution. It's in the shade Banana, and I've had it for a while, but I have been using it as a not as a baking powder, but I have been using it trying to set and then bake with it. And then I was wondering why the hell it looked a damn mess. Well, that's why, because you're not using it properly. So what I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm baking in the areas that I want to appear a little bit brighter. And I'm, like I said, I'm using the Makeup Revolution, and this is in the shade Banana. Now I'll probably go back and get the deep banana because I think they have a deep banana. So I'll probably go back and get that one just because I feel like it'll be like a little bit more toned down, especially for my skin tone. Although when I did use this earlier, I was not like super pale or have flashback or anything like that. So I don't think that it's bad. It'll do for now, you know. But back to what I was saying, like, I would like to date outside of my race. I just don't. That would be something that I feel like has to happen in person. Like, we would have to have chemistry in person in order for me to do that, because I just can't see myself swiping. I don't know why. It's weird. I know I'm trying to get my life together. I can't see myself swiping for whatever reason. So I remember talking to like this Hispanic guy, and I remember him like crushing on me so hard, but then him saying, oh, well, you know, my mom wouldn't let me date outside of my race, and, you know, family is really big to me and all this other stuff. So in my mind, I took that as like, so you have no problem, you know, doing the do with me. Never, not that we did, but I'm just saying that's where my thought process is. I think we only talked for like maybe 2 days. But you have no problem doing the do with me because you find black women to be attractive, but it's something that you would never take home because it's looked down upon. That'd be my problem. Like, so then what the fuck is we doing? You know, or if I go home, like, let me say I date somebody like that, then I go home and with them and, you know, meet their parents, and then their parents is racist. Like, I feel like a part of that is within you because they had you. I don't know. Like, I just, I'm not ready for those lines of separation just yet. Then I remember in like high school, we used to stay across the street or next door to this white guy, and he had a son, and I remember his son just like really crushing on me. He was older than I was. If I was like 17, he had to be like 19, 20 or whatever. He was already out of school, but I remember him having like a really big crush on me, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give him my number so we can talk because he was cute. So I gave him my number, and I just remember us texting, and I don't even think we have been texting for a while, and y'all think I'm blunt now. Like, girl, back then I was like, ooh, I was like so blunt. So I told him, I was like, you know, well, not told him, but I asked him, I was like, you know, is this your first time, you know, dating black girls? Like, are you into black girls? And I remember this fool said, I have always been attracted to ebony women. Ebony. Ebony. When he said ebony, I instantly thought about PORN. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube, but I instantly thought about that. I was like, bitch, ain't this them? That's what I look up when I want to see a fat, juicy booty so I can rub one out too. So that lets me know that you're fetishizing me, bitch. Because what the fuck? We don't actually like to be called ebony in real life. Well, I don't like to be called ebony in real life. So that just lets me know that the only time that you've really been with a black girl is when you over there beating your meat. You've never really been with one. But it lets me know that you just want to beat your meat to me. I got a fucking problem with that. I got a fucking problem with that. I remember him being like, what? Did I say something wrong? And I'm like, I don't think this gonna work. Cause what you mean, ebony, nigga? Like, that was the only time I had ever heard of black women being called ebony is literally on the websites. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had never heard of us being called ebony in any type of other format. So I don't know. I could be wrong. Y'all let me know if people actually call us ebony, but I've never heard that outside of them websites, them naughty websites. Now to blend this out, I told y'all I've been reading. I've been reading so heavy. So now I'm going to use my finishing powder from Maybelline. This one is in the shade, I think it's in the shade 30. The top has like stuff all over it, so I really don't know. But I'm going to just take this and begin to blend out the baking powder that we have. Then my other question, I guess, for if I'm going to do this, like, it's so complicated to me because I don't feel like it's just dating. Like, you know, it's so much more. It's like beliefs and religion, and then also like background here. Like, if something happens and we have to go and protest because let's face it, we don't live in a world that is not prejudiced and it's not racist. Like, that's a real thing. So how does those conversations work? Like, are we on the same page with that? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just be having, I'm not really sure that interracial dating may be for me right now. I'm not opposed to it, but I'm just, there's so many intricate details that I feel like are going to go into that I'm not really sure that I'm not ready to explore right now. Like, I don't, these are conversations that I will want to have on the first date because I'm like, I don't even want to waste my time if, you know, we not compatible, if we're not going to be the same. Like, I don't even want to go there with you. I don't know if y'all remember or y'all were like on TikTok at the time, but it was this girl maybe like a year or two ago. She was a YouTuber and she was dating somebody from like the Islamic background. Islamic, am I saying it right? He was Muslim. He was Muslim. I don't know if I'm saying it right. If I'm not saying it right, charge it to my head and not my heart, okay? I'm sorry. So she was dating him, and I want to say that his family did not approve of it because she was black, and they would send him, not so much her, but they were sending him like so many death threats, and they were going to hurt him because he was dating outside of his religion. And so she broke it off because she was like, I just can't stand the thought of him being hurt because of our relationship. Like, I guess it had gotten that bad, like it was that serious where they wanted to hurt this man because he was dating outside of his religion. All right, I'm going to use a little bit of my Beauty Bakery blush. This one is in the shade Hey Pumpkin. It's orange. But yeah, to watch that, it was so sad. He didn't want to break up. He was like, you know, if something happens, it happens. I'm willing to do this. Kind of like on some Romeo and Juliet type shit. But she was like, no, I just can't stand the thought of it. I remember feeling just so bad. Like, damn, it really got like that. Because they seemed to have been together for like 2-3 years. And the family just would not accept it. And so they wound up breaking up. But can you imagine? Girl, I can't. I can't imagine being in love with somebody and then being told that I have to break up with them because your family does not, you know, accept our relationship. Like that's a lot to me. And that's stuff that I feel like if you're going to date outside of your race, those are things that you have to heavily consider, you know? And I'm not sure that, because I think dating in that realm may be different because I would have to have these conversations. I don't even want to date you if your background is culturally different than mine. So not saying in like, oh my goodness, if you're Muslim and I'm Christian, not in that. I'm saying culturally different, meaning you are not open. Oh, I got hair everywhere. You are not open to change or open to listening to, or you know, what my culture is. And it's not to say that, oh, you have to adjust your beliefs to my beliefs. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is I may not agree with you and I may not understand it, but I am open to listening and hearing your side of, you know, whatever. Like, I'm open to different perspectives, and if you can't be open to that, then that's not something that we should do. I don't know, just dating outside of my race is like, it's been something I've been considering lately, but I think that it's a sensitive topic right now. I'm not really doing too much of anything because, girl, I'm debating. I don't even know if I'm about to go nowhere because, girl, I just got back from being sick and I'm not trying to get sick again. So now I'm going to go in with the chestnut. And I'm going to outline my lips with this. I love chestnut. I used to hate it back in the day, but now I love it. Do you guys see like the difference with baking? Like, oh my gosh, finally fucking got this nose contour together, girl. You gotta read. You gotta read, y'all. Read some of the products that y'all have at home and see if it's a baking powder or if it's a setting powder. I'm telling you, that right there is gonna change the game right there. But now I need to go back and get my Laura Mercier and see what my Laura Mercier is. If it's a setting powder or if it's a baking powder. Because if it's a baking powder, I'd rather bake with the Laura Mercier. Like this right here, the Makeup Revolution, honestly, it's not bad. I'm surprised. I'm really surprised because I think it's more of like an affordable product. So it's really not bad and I don't mind using it. But y'all know I'm definitely a fan of my Laura Mercier out the gate. Alright, I went to Target again. So I had got this. This right here is the Wet n Wild lipstick. It's in the shade, what is it? Skinny dipping? Lord have mercy. I feel like I can't read. It's so small. I need glasses. Did I tell y'all that I also need an inhaler? Did I show y'all this already? See my memory going. I probably didn't, but girl, I might have asthma, which is insane because it's like, how do I develop fucking asthma at my big age? It's ridiculous. I'm going in with my Fenty Hot Chocolate, just to kind of brown this up a little bit. I feel like I spend like so much time on my lips, like it's crazy. This right here is some concealer. It's the Maybelline Brightener. And I just like the fact that it kind of looks like pink white, like a light pink to me. So I use it for that. I don't know why my lips can't be easy. I was thinking about doing filler, but everybody that I've seen lately, almost every black person that I've seen lately who on TikTok has gotten filler, it does not look good. What do they call that? It migrates, like it moves up here. So this part is swollen. I don't know. I want it just like a smidge, like maybe half a syringe, but I'm not really sure because I've not seen it look good, especially without lipstick. I've not seen it look good just yet. Alright guys, so here we are. This is the finished look. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. So just a final thoughts of the products that I used today. The setting mist, I will continue to use that. Probably not going to be using it at the very end like here. I would not go in with it, but definitely I think it's amazing to use like once you put down your concealer and once you put down your foundation. Definitely amazing to use there. The baking powder, OMG, I wish I would have known about baking powder previously. I think that it would have saved me so much time, especially when it comes to like blending out. Normally I'm a little like I'm struggling just a smidget with blending out, especially on the sides of my nose, but I feel like it snatched the contour the way that I needed to. Okay, look at the nose. I feel like it snatched it the way that I needed to, and it was so easy to just blend out, and it gave me that bright effect that I was looking for without doing too much. Like, I love it. I'm actually going to see if they have other baking powders. I know I need to go back to the Makeup Revolution and get the Banana Deep, but I would like to know if other companies like Laura Mercier or Nars or anything like that, if they also sell baking powders as well. Again, reading is definitely fundamental, definitely something that you should do. Don't take my word for it. Here I am on YouTube doing damn tutorials and I don't know what the hell I'm doing, but that's okay because we're getting better, okay? We're getting better. I'm trying to think if there was any other product that I used. I don't think that there was anything else that I used, but I love the way that this makeup came out today. I think it looks really good. I am here for it. So I will be using those products going forward as well. I didn't feel like doing anything to my hair. I'll probably put the rollers in tonight and then we'll probably do another look tomorrow. Like I told you guys, or did I tell you guys? I don't remember. I am going to the Jill Scott concert. Hopefully, fingers crossed, because I'm still a little bit nervous, but fingers crossed. And then I'll do another look then, just so we have that. I may do one more look tomorrow. Now, I will say that I love the eyeshadow, but it is slightly creasing, and that's because I didn't have like a lot of my e.l.f. left inside of my bottle, so I have to go re-up on that as well. But for the most part, I honestly enjoy the makeup. I think it looks really good. I'm here for it. You guys let me know what you guys think about it. Anyway, I gotta go, but I love you guys and I'll see you guys next time.